Less than a week from now, we will be talking about the outcome of the Kansas City-Detroit Lions game starting off the NFL season. And here's a little fun fact. Jared Goff has never been to Arrowhead. Now, we know that he's beat Patrick Mahomes before. The lone time he faced him, that was in LA, the shootout 54-51 as the LA Rams. That was the year they went to the Super Bowl, bested Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in that game. So hopefully Jared Goff can go 2-0, and not only his first game against Patrick as a Detroit Lion, but his very first game in Arrowhead. But there's a particular individual we may not have to face, star defensive tackle Chris Jones. Now, I made a video about him last week, and I got kind of some mixed feelings in the comment section. A lot of you want to face the Kansas City Chiefs, quote unquote, at full strength. And my take on it was not the mentality that we should have. Well, I can see your point and I understand where you're coming from. But for me, I want to win. Whether it's if Patrick Mahomes was out, I would still want to win. It wouldn't be as fun, but I would want to win. I'm going to take the dub above all else. So that's just me, and we will see. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But Andy Reid, according to Stacey Dales, has something to say about the situation. Here's what he had to say. Andy Reid just said the situation regarding Chris Jones is ongoing. He deferred to Brett Veach handling it, focus on the Lions, speaking highly of their defensive improvements going back to the middle of last season. And what he's referring to is our ability to change the fact that week 7, when we lost to the Miami Dolphins, we kind of changed things from that point. We went from the worst defense in the league, and that 10-game stretch where we went 8-2, our defense was like top 10 in the majority of the categories. It was so bad at the beginning of the season that we were unable to move past the 29th ranked defense. So that tells you something. But Andy Reid, knowing that he might not have his star defensive tackle, knows that he knows that our defense has improved. So that was kind of intriguing to see. But there's another player that we need to worry about as well. This player is on offense. His name is Travis Kelce, and he has a podcast with his brother, Jason Kelce. And Jason was kind of poking at the bear, trying to get some information on the situation there. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, man. Oh, is there any updates on Chris Jones? How he's handling this situation? Do you want to talk about it?
Oh man, Chris, can you please come back? You're really scaring me, man. I don't get it. You must know something that I don't know, because I just don't get it. I really want to get another Super Bowl ring with you, brother. This is me bargaining you to just come back and play football for the Chiefs. Please, we need you.
Well, I just hope
you bad. And I don't know what the situation is. Obviously,
the situation is you guys aren't paying him enough, and I think you should hold off as long as possible. Especially past, what do we play?
Jason, I'm trying to get him back in the office.
Chris, I need you. Listen, don't let them do this to you, Chris.
We play you week 10.
You need to hold strong, my man. For all the other D tackles in the NFL, you cannot take this injustice. You must stay through at least the Eagles game. Then you can come back. I think that's the appropriate time.
He's just the best defensive player in the league right now.
It's pretty good.
He's deserving of all the money in the world. Chris, I love you. Please come back. No.
And that was Travis Kelce's plea for Chris Jones to come back. And I thought that was quite interesting. But how does this fare for the Detroit Lions? Chris Jones is a monster. He is a monster, and he is the anchor of that defense. If this man can sit out, and right now, even if he was to play, I mean, he hasn't done anything. So the likelihood of him playing is already low. But even if he was to come back and play, it would be kind of a weird situation because he wouldn't be ready. I'm sure he's staying in shape when it comes to being in football shape, but I just don't think that his impact will be the same. It's very similar to preseason games. When you play in the preseason, a lot of our starters didn't play in the preseason and didn't play because they had the ability to practice. But Chris Jones has not done any of that. He has not shown up to any Chief activity. So even if they do resolve this contract dispute and they get it situated, it's already Friday, can get done. Let's say it even gets done by Monday. He comes into camp and he plays us in less than 96 hours. So even if he is a factor, or he's back, will he be a factor? And how much, of course he would be a factor, but how much of a factor? Would he be a difference maker as he would if he was in training camp, mini camp, OTAs, preseason, whatever it was? Would it be, he's not going to be that player. I think it's going to take him a game or two to kind of get acclimated again, seeing as how he's done absolutely nothing all offseason long when it comes to leading up to the season. Pretty much ever since the contract dispute has been in place. He wants to get his bag. Bag. Word of the day. He wants to get his bag. So he's going to hold out as long as possible. And you see what Travis Kelce had to say. But I would love to hear what you have to say. What do you have to say about Chris Jones? Are you, A, the fan that wants to play the Kansas City Chiefs at quote unquote full strength? Or are you the fan of B, you would prefer him not to play so your team is more likely to get a win? I would rather him not play. I am going to that game. I am spending my hard-earned money. Yes, you want to see the best product, but the way I look at it is this. It's not like he's injured. It's not like anything. He is choosing to hold out. It would be different if LeBron James, or like you go to pay to see somebody. You want to see Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes was hurt, it wouldn't be the same game. I agree. I would still want to win. I don't care. This is about L's and W's. That's it. This is a team game. It's not about one person. So full strength, half strength, or the practice squad, I want to get a W, period. So let me know, which fan are you, A or B? Put it in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.